Hey, do you want to pass the TOEFL test, which is right behind IELTS? I know it's pretty difficult to answer all the questions in TOEFL test, but today I'm going to show you how to score highest on TOEFL test. Let's get started. Okay, so first of all, I'll clear the objectives in the TOEFL test. In TOEFL test, you might need these qualities. You have to be good at academic skills. Like you have to talk about your academic skills. Like if you're studying in science department, then you have the clear knowledge of reading science books. So, whether you are a student or a general person, I want you to read books at your department as you study, or picking any books to show at TOEFL. So, if I read in science, you have to read more books than usual, like paranormal activities, the theory of relativity, these types of books, Stephen Hawking's books. You have to read and gain a lot of vocabulary to pass your TOEFL test. So the academic section is really important. But if you're studying English and getting tests in TOEFL for general, then I'll suggest you to just talk about your daily life. How could you talk about your daily life? For speaking about this, I want you to remember these points. You have to talk about your work life. You have to talk about your normal situations like going to restaurants, picking some snacks, grabbing some coffee, catching up with your friends, and catching up with your clients is more usual topics in case of TOEFL general. Well, TOEFL academic is more usual because I'm going to talk about this. Also, I'm going to cover some topics in TOEFL general. Well, speaking, reading, writing, and listening. These are the 4 sections like IELTS 1, as I showed in this video. Well, how to just ace it up. I want you to ace it, so just listen to my point very carefully. Well, what you have to do in case of speaking test, you have to talk about in daily topics. Like, I'm going to shop today and talk about your phone. So, TOEFL test could be 2 types, in person and in computer. In computer or your smartphone. So in case of that, what you have to do is, first of all, I recommend you to take your test in your computer. For that, what you have to do is speak more in microphone areas. Like, as I'm doing video now, what you have to do is do a video after watching this video about talking a topic. So it's more usual, and do conversations in my channel description of a link, so you have to click on that link and join with me, have conversations. Because in TOEFL test, it's really important to have real life conversations. That's why you have to be in camera, you have to practice in camera if you're taking in your computer, if you're taking tests in your computer. And another thing is in person. Try practicing in real life conversations. What you have to do is practice every day with the relatives, with your friends, with your parents. It's really usual. But if you don't have that kind of person to practice with you, make a doll. Everyone have doll nowadays in their homes. So what if to make a structure of human and talk to that paper, talk to that tree in person, like you're talking to a person. So it helps us to build up real life conversations, improve our English fluency, and again, our mind don't goes blank. So these are the tips you have to follow. And another thing is, in case of listening, what you have to do is you have to go search in YouTube that IELTS listening test. Then you have pretty audiobooks, and you could also buy some books that are related in IELTS or TOEFL. Then you can listen to that test and practice with that book. In case of writing, I'll suggest you to write many different topics. In case of TOEFL, I'll suggest 4 different areas. Number A, what you have to focus on and what is this? And number 2, what you have to focus on, why is it? And number 3, you have to focus on where is it? And number 4, you have to focus on how is it? And lastly, what you have to focus on, the benefits of it. In case of these 5 points, you have to write your everyday writing test. If you ace that test, then much recommendable. And another thing about reading tests is so important. As I show you that, whatever you're reading in or working in general, like if you're in general, then you have to read these books must to show up your vocabulary. Like Who Moved My Cheese, The Alchemist, Still Like an Artist, Show Your Work, Before the Coffee Gets Cold, Series 1. You have to read this book very, very well in case of studying. When are you gonna do it? And probably ace it. If you're working on IELTS academic or IELTS general, it doesn't matter. It matters that how you take people to listen to this. Sorry, I've taken a lot of time of yours, but I've also given some informations, and if you want to thank me for that information, hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for getting more updates. And many people make mistakes. They click on the subscribe button, but they don't make the bell all. So make the bell all, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget to press the bell icon and comment down below that have you taken TOEFL before? If you're not taken, then comment down below if you want any video related to this topic. In case of IELTS, in case of TOEFL. Thank you for giving a lot of views, hitting a lot of views in this video. That's why I'm inspired to make video on TOEFL. So if you want and hit views on this video, I'll soon make another English test. See you later in the next video. Till then, bye. Keep practicing English.